Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Coffee Cup. My name is Ryan Gilkerson, lead creative here at Company 119, and we're glad to have you. So Company 119 is growing. We have a great company, lots of hardworking people that are giving us opportunities to bring even more people into the fold. And we're going to talk a little bit today about some exciting opportunities we have here for you to possibly think about joining our team. So in order to find out what the process is like, what we're looking for, how we determine who would be a good fit for Company 119, we've brought in Christian Klein. Christian, we thank you for joining us
Thanks,
today.
Ryan. Thanks. Happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you. Official title, Christian.
CEO and president.
And you've had the company for how many years?
Started in 2004 in my basement, but really wasn't a serious company until people like you came around. So, yeah.
I tend to add legitimacy. That's right. So you and Nate hired each other, and then went out and found other people.
Like
so how has your process changed from when you first started to add just core people to the team, and now when you're growing at the rate that you are? How have things changed?
That's a good question. I think like a lot of companies when they first get started, hey, who do I know that can do this or has some experience, and you add on. Our process has definitely become a lot more sophisticated over the years, though. It's not an easy place to get hired into, for sure. But that's because we protect and want to really create an environment that's healthy and growing for the rest of the organization here.
Sure. So when you guys are looking for candidates, I mean, what are qualifications people have to have? Are you only looking for people that have degrees in these fields that we're hiring for, college education? What do you look for?
Yeah, that's a good question. So quite honestly, I think I've looked at about 75 applications in the last, 2 weeks for the positions we have open. I don't remember single college. I don't even look at the college degrees. And no offense, I have a degree. I know a lot of our staff have degrees, but there's a lot of other elements, especially in our industry, that are much more important than having that degree.
Sure, absolutely. One thing that's very important at Company 119 is the culture and how people fit in with the team, the environment, the beliefs that you have here, the core values here. So you've developed, or you've started implementing a culture index to kind of determine where people fit, how their personalities fit with different roles. Tell how that has played into some of your decisions.
So we do, I guess you would call it behavioral profiling, that type of thing. So when someone applies for a position, they have to give us an idea of what experiences they've had, what companies maybe they've worked for in the past. If we're hiring for a technical position, we want to see samples of work. But then we also give them a test that really it asks them, to define themselves.
Sure.
What do they believe? Who is it that they what are some of the reasons why they do what they're trying to do?
Sure.
And so we run through a test. It's a highly sophisticated type test. There's only 2 questions on it, but it's highly sophisticated.
Yeah.
And it gives us an idea of how autonomous an individual is, how much of a team player they are, how quickly they like to work, how methodical they might work, their attention to detail, even how innovative or logical their thinking is.
Interesting.
So we go through that whole thing, and there's no right or wrong answers on that. That's the key. But for certain positions, we want certain individuals for those types of spots.
That's interesting that you said that too. How different are the traits that you get from that culture index? How different do they vary for what you're looking for from position to position within the company? Because it's one company, one culture, but different positions take different skill sets.
Right, absolutely. For example, a programmer. You want that person to, if they're going to be on the team, you want them to be highly creative, but you want them to be the kind of person that doesn't mind sitting at a desk and working through code on a regular basis, a problem solver, a person that just gets so energized by, hey, I've got an issue here no one else has been able to solve. How do I solve that, right? And their world is, how do I solve this problem? They may not be the best at communicating. They may not be the best person to go out there and find new deals, right? And so that's not the kind of person that we would try to hire for a programming position. On the contrary, then a salesperson or account manager, they need to be really good with people. They need to make sure that they can read that person across the table, understand what their problems are, and try to figure out solutions, and then know who the right people are to bring to the table to solve that.
Absolutely.
So much more of a people person. Neither one of those individuals are right or wrong. That's just how they're made, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's really, so how do we find that right person that has the right kind of skill set and fit them into the position? And that's why typically we might get 50 applications for a position, and maybe only 1 or 2 of those people actually get phone call interviews after that, primarily because of those types of things. We really have a mindset that there's a puzzle that we're trying to put together here, and there are right pieces to put in there, and it's not always the best thing to get somebody in a year or 2 and then decide, hey, this person wasn't a fit at that point. So.
Sure. Now, we're in Geauga County, the Chardon area out here. Are you looking for just people that are in this area? Where are you looking for candidates? I mean, is it people all over the place?
Right. So we do have a policy here to only hire from Northeast Ohio. That being said, we have individuals that work on the west side, and they commute into the office 1-2 days a week. We'll probably be opening up a west side location as well to have a meeting place over there in the coming years. But a lot of it can be remote as well. So if you're from Northeast Ohio, whether Akron, West Side, East Side of Cleveland, this is a good place to be.
Great. So you've got some positions that you're looking for now.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about who you're looking for.
So 2 primary positions we're trying to fill right now. One would be a front-end developer. So that's somebody that can take graphics. They might even know how to do some graphic work and be able to implement those into a website. So that's a big key step.
Sure.
Another one is a graphic design position or implementation artist in essence. So somebody that can take artwork, put it into a website, knows how to design social media, for social media, email marketing, those types of things.
We like to have versatility too here, where people can do different things. If people are flexible to learn about different things, what kind of opportunities do you anticipate opening up for people that come in and to learn about other aspects of digital marketing and other aspects of the design process?
Well, so there's a philosophy that Nate and I, the owners of the company, have tried to carry through, and it harkens back to when I had my first job. So I thought I was going to get into political science. I was a young 18-year-old whippersnapper kind of thing. I thought I was going to get into political science, and I was going to go to school for that, and I had a good opportunity for an internship in that field. My parents, I have 7 younger siblings, so they weren't going to be able to pay for college for all of us, so it was going to be on me. So they said, hey, before you go out and spend all of your money, hint, hint, make sure that you know that that's the field that you want to get into. So I took an internship that was related to political science and found out that I did not like the political science side of it unless I was going to run for office or something like that. But I really liked the marketing side and I really liked the technology side.
Cool.
And so the organization I was with allowed me the versatility to be able to get into those other areas because it was a small organization. And so we have a lot of that same mentality here. While we are a smaller organization, there are oftentimes opportunities for individuals here to learn, hey, I really didn't think I wanted to get into paid advertising, paid search, but that's kind of interesting to me. Do you mind if I take some time? And we will oftentimes give them that kind of chance, going back to when I was given that first chance back when I was 18, 19 years old.
Well, we run to the fires here at Company 119, and sometimes that means you got to pick up a bucket every now and then to put out the fire, right?
That's right. Yeah, good analogy.
So the process that people are going through with you right now, what is the process to get hired at Company 119?
It's a good question. It's really simple. If you go onto our website on the careers page, there's a button up at the top. Submit your contact information. There's an easy form to fill out there. You're going to be met with the first page on that, which basically says, we are an organization, it's a quote on there, but it's an organization that there's a lot of people that have degrees that aren't the smartest people in the world. There's a lot of people that might come from, well-off families, things like that are failures in life too.
Right,
Our goal here is to find individuals, give them the opportunity, give them the challenges, and see if they can amount over that. So that's the first part of the process, understanding kind of our creed on that side. And then it's giving the contact information. Once you do that, you're also sent a link to our culture index test. You'll take that test. It gets put into the system. I actually will look over every one of those applications that come in, and then we'll let you know if we want to schedule a 10-minute conversation. That's really to find out, are there any major issues we want to talk about up front that would save you the time from coming out, meeting with us, having to get ready, the nerves that might go into preparing for an interview. Get all that out on the table. If you're coming from Akron and really don't feel like driving into, Chardon once a week, then, maybe it doesn't make sense to have an interview. So we'll do that. If the call goes well, then we'll set up a long format interview, and it typically lasts an hour to 2. You'll meet with some of the team members here as well, and then we'll make a decision after that.
Awesome. Probably a bad time to meet this up, but I did notice that you had a posting for podcast host.
Yeah, right.
And a little uncomfortable with that. I don't know how the culture index works out for that. I feel like
the most awkward coffee cup so far. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and talking with us. Can people reach out to you if they have just general questions? Is there a
Yeah,
better way to do
absolutely.
that?
So they can email me if it's in relation to the positions. We have an email address, careers@company119.com. careers@company119.com. They can send something to that and ask any questions they want. Also, look at our website, and it has the job postings on there too.
Awesome. Well, Christian, thanks for coming out
Thanks
and
for
telling
having
us
me.
a little bit about the process. We hope maybe potentially you could be joining the team here. We will tell you now, if you join the team, you're going to be on the couch. So get your slideshow ready right now. You need to have a presentation together. You just learned more about getting hired at Company 119 and the process we go through to find the best people for our team before you finish your first cup of coffee, then your competition will all day. Have a great day.